Hello and welcome back to the .cineclub.podcast. I'm Jake and I wasn't even supposed to be here today. Just kidding. Today we will be covering some films by director Kevin Smith with the J to my silent Bob, Dion.
Hello! Whereas his low-budget first efforts Clerks or his later films like Dogma and Chasing Amy, he has proven that a lot can happen in the state of New Jersey. What is your favourite Kevin Smith film?
I think we both... No, we don't, because
mine's Dogma.
Okay, my favourite's Mallrats. I always forget.
Yeah, Mallrats to me... Oh, should we talk about Mallrats first?
Let's talk about Mallrats first, yeah, we'll work our way around.
So, Mallrats to me, I think for me, is probably the one I picked for Cine Club, but like, it's the one I think which is always like the most memorable, quote-wise.
I think it's the funniest as well. I just think it's consistently, like you say, it's quotable. And I think the characters are really funny. I think Jason Lee just brings so much to it. Like, he's just hilarious in that film. And, like all of them, the whole ensemble is, like, there's quite a lot of people who would become, like, the sort of Kevin Smith familiars. You know, you've got Ben Affleck, you've got Joey Lauren Adams, you've got, like, quite a few who show up. And Jason Lee shows up in, like, almost all of them after this. Yeah, that's the thing. So, like...
Just need Matt Damon.
Basically, yeah. I mean, so, you know, you get quite a lot of that. And, but it still feels like its own thing because it's, like, it's quite a self-contained story. It's effectively, like, a rom-com, I guess, and like it's like a really offbeat rom-com.
It's weird because while it's a rom-com, I don't know how to describe it. It's very like, I wouldn't call it like very dark or very thing, but it's very like shallow in the rom-com part. Like it is mostly focused on just the random comedy around them all. But like in the second half of the film, it does focus a lot more on the
it's a lot more like location based and like they're just milling about, which to be honest is one of my favorite things about those first two Kevin Smith films, that they just feel like a day in the life of these two ordinary losers.
Like, Clerks, like his earlier, like the thing is, Clerks works well because it's pretty much I wouldn't call it skits, but like it's pretty much you can cut it up and watch them randomly, and it feels like a little short film in itself.
Yeah, totally. And I think it could be. Oh, I was about to say it could be a great TV show. It was a great TV show, but nobody talks about that. But
like Disney of all things,
fucking Disney. I know, unbelievable. Another brilliant cartoon that they cut down in its prime,
it's
just like Tron Uprising.
Mallrats is like such a funny film. Not Mallrats, Clerks is such a funny film because while it wasn't my first film, we'll go to what my first one was in a bit.
Yes,
but
it was my first.
Clerks surprisingly wasn't mine, but it's the one which always stays with me, which isn't the other film I like. But I think what shocks me with Clerks is, like I said, it feels like skit shots, but like it shows not only they have like a bloody shop, they have like a VHS store next door, like they also do. Which I believe was actually a thing Kevin Smith actually used to do.
I'm sure the whole thing he used to actually he either worked in the place where he set it, or he just worked in a very
he worked
similar
at
shop.
The place, I think.
Well, I think it's the ultimate indie film for me because it's like you basically no budget, so you have to shoot in black and white. You film it in the place that you like work, that you're trying to get out of because you want to be a filmmaker. You know, make the whole conflict about, like I say, these losers who are like stuck in their dead-end jobs that they hate, and then you also fill it with like, you know, pop culture references, and it's very postmodern in the way it sort of talks about films, and like you say, it's got a video rental store in there, and like the characters really do feel very authentic, like they're just like, you know, it's
that's
like
the thing. I
any
really
friendship.
love Dante and Randall because what you have Dante and Randall's plot is just kind of them like buggering around for about 2 hours. Like they go to a funeral, which is one of her mates, and like there's like a deleted scene where if they had the budget, they were actually going to show them what the funeral was like.
Yeah,
I suppose they knock the casket down.
I think it's funnier the way it is in the film where you don't see what happens, you just see them running away because something terrible's clearly happened. But like, yeah, there's so many things like that where it's like, I mean, it's just ridiculous scenarios.
You have,
it's like
Jay and Silent Bob outside trying to get weed.
Yeah.
And like you have Chewbacca and
Chewbacca. What?
Was it? It was one of the songs. The guy could do like a Chewbacca impression or something like that.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember what you're talking about.
He has like his own song, which I'm not going to say because it's very sweary. But like, it's just mad.
Oh yeah.
And then like they go in and like Jay says something because they have the whole romantic subplot with Dante and the other girl who's been coming in because she baked him
lasagna,
and then like Silent Bob mentions it and it's like, all right, yeah.
It's another great one where, like I say, in the way it's a good indie film, in the way they like, it feels like quite a lot of it could have been improv. So like I know they cocked up quite a few of the lines, and one of my favorite ones is that bit at the end where Jay's like explaining the whole thing, and he's like, "Yeah, well, I don't believe my grandma. She used to like piss herself, shit herself." Yeah. He's just like making the line up as he's going, and then he just like basically leaves the scene. He's just like, "Come on, Silent Bob, let's get the fuck out of here." But then you get like, that whole cliche that becomes a thing where Silent Bob doesn't speak all the way through the film, but then he'll say something, and that's like the wisdom, you take away from the whole thing. It's like he is there to, sort of impart his knowledge, apart from, when he just kind of does a Star Wars reference and Mallrats, but still.
But he also referenced like Superman too. The coward, yeah. Before he like hits the guard.
There's so many things like that though, I think, because like I say, it's Kevin Smith is like, he's a very unapologetic nerd. Like, I mean, was he a comic book writer before he'd done these films?
I don't think so.
Are you sure? I thought he did a Daredevil run just before this.
No, it was after this.
Oh, was it?
So it was after. So it was round about Chasing Amy Dogma time.
Okay, right.
Because, which was ironic, we're going to Dogma, but
yes,
Dogma, like, it's very much a Catholic film. So Daredevil, who is a religious character,
right? Yeah.
Very much the whole comic is legitimately they believe that the baby's the Antichrist.
Okay.
So like, I believe like the first issue is him trying to kill the baby.
Is this in a Daredevil comic?
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
and so like it leads into Dogma, where it's like Dogma is very highly religious film.
Anti-religion, but yeah. Well, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of anti-religion.
I would say it's anti-religion, but it does tackle like the themes of like it being more of a satire.
Yeah, it's a satire more that. Yeah, I think anti-religion's a bit too heavy-handed.
What do you think of Dogma, by the way?
I don't know. I'm mixed on Dogma because like I know, I really, really wanted to like it, and I did like quite a lot of aspects of it, but I felt like there was a bit too much of the. Kevin Smith has a bit of a thing, I think, which you see more in his later films and more films when he was trying to be a bit more serious, where he'll like make the characters almost like just talk at you, almost like it's a bit like, at the end of The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, where they'd be like, are you listening at home? Okay. They'll be like, like suddenly start talking to the audience. They'll be like, this is what I think about Catholicism, and this is why religion's bad, but this is why religion could be good. And it's like, there's a lot of exposition in it where I was a bit like. It's mostly
from, I forgot his name, Alan Rickman's
character. And like, they're trying to make it, they're like trying to make it funny because they'll like slip in the odd line where it'll be like, oh, you're Herman beings are so ridiculous with the way you see God.
Like,
and I know, and
there's a lot of amazing, like, right, I'm gonna say Dogma's my favorite out of all of them.
That's fair, and I can see why, because I do
very exposition heavy, but like the world building's terrific.
The world building's great, the performances are great, and I like I love the whole Alanis Morissette God thing, and the fact that like she basically, this character who kind of like is this they do like the whole chosen one narrative with her, but she's like, she's
pretty much the next Mary.
Yeah, and she like, she thinks that, God has like, abandoned her or whatever. And then I guess the way they resolve that I quite like, but like, I don't know, it just feels like it felt like it was kind of dragging a bit when I watched it.
I watched it in the cinema pretty much last year.
You did,
late last year. I remember like dragging.
Still very jealous of that.
It was so amazing,
fair,
because there was like a Q&A afterwards. But like, one thing I really loved about it was like the reason why I love it so much is it's an exhibition, but it's very exposition heavy. It's an adventure film. It is like a classic adventure film.
It is a good adventure film, and I think one thing that I really love about it is the fact that Jay and Silent Bob are like proper main characters in this one, rather than just like the cameo appearance.
Which is very hard to say. Like for me, I was worried on rewatch that Jay and Silent Bob were going to become annoying.
Yeah,
because after I watched like Strikes Back, it was a reboot. It was one of those I watched like.
I don't find them that annoying. I think they're. Really,
I love them to bits,
really
but like,
funny, yeah.
Even as a kid, I didn't find them funny until like now, where I kind of go, okay, that they're just weed humor. They are just.
Well, they're weed humor, but I think it's funny because they never really come across like like Jason Mewes, I don't think he's not a particularly good actor, but he plays that character so well.
That's the thing. He was high.
That's the thing. He plays it really well because he's just fucking off his off his head for
Dogma,
most of it.
Like the bit where he's like talking to Ben Affleck's character, and it was Matt Damon on the train and Ben Affleck.
Oh yeah,
like Matt Damon's character, remember? But like,
he
he's
kills
very
the
much
guy
like
at the back of the bus, doesn't he? Yeah.
And then like the bit where Silent Bob pushes one of the lads off the train, he's like, "No ticket!" Like it's so
no
good.
ticket. Yeah, that's I love that bit because that's his like one line in that film. I love that bit. I love the bit where Chris Rock falls out the sky. And
my god! Yeah.
And then Jay's like praying for like it's like that. That's really funny.
Can you pray naked lady to fall out?
He's like, oh man, I sure hate it when these angels fall out the sky, and then the angel falls out. And he's like, I sure hate it when all those naked women fall out the sky.
Chris Rock is really
so stupid.
Chris Rock is pretty fun in it, even though he's not really given a lot of funny parts in it. Which I was surprised. I thought he was very funny the first time.
Okay, so that's part of my problem. I feel like they'll introduce a new heavenly character, then they'll sit them down for about 5 minutes, and then they'll have this whole spiel about like, oh, this is what I did, and laugh, and like I never found it that funny. So like the Salma Hayek one, they do the same thing.
I think with that though, while I do get a point, the whole point is it's world building. This like version of religion.
It's world building.
Like Chris Rock is very much, oh, Jesus really liked me, and it's like
there's some
the whole point is he's just like no.
Yeah, I think the whole I love that whole like the aspects of it like that where it's like, oh, you know, I'm like one of Jesus's boys, and yet the whole, you know, goes against the Bible and race. And
who was Salma Hayek supposed to be?
Salma Hayek's the one who's the muse, but they have like the whole thing about like, oh, like all of your favorite films of all time, I inspired them to write those. I love
that. I actually kind of like that gag.
But this is what I mean. I think on paper it's a funny gag, but like they make it go on and on and on, and I'm like, okay, like I get it, like, but they just like
I will
over-explain
my
themselves
only
a
gag
bit.
I really wasn't a big fan of was I don't know if it's a hot tip because I know a lot of people really like this gag, but like where you find that God is this like goofy weird girl, and she was just kind of
but I like that because it's
it's funny.
It's Alanis Morissette.
I didn't know it was her until like rewatch. She did like the song at the end, but like I was a bit like, so you're telling me all this time God was just buggering around,
basically,
doing like stupid stuff for about 2 hours while they went on this adventure? You bloody kidding me?
Yeah.
Which I think that was the whole joke. Very much, it was just her.
She's not actually done anything to help because they wanted to like restore her faith. The other main character, whose name escapes me, but anyway, but yeah, I don't think it's a bad film, and I think it's good. I just think it was at a point where I love Kevin Smith, but I do think there's some films where you can tell he was getting a little bit too big for his boots, and I think this is the one. Shall we
move on?
Yeah, I mean,
because I want to kind of talk about Chasing Amy.
Yeah, go on.
This was the one I've been really going to because I'm rewatch.
We'll address the elephant in the room,
and then we'll go and Jane Silent Bob, and then we'll.
I don't like Chasing Amy, but you love Chasing Amy. Why do you love Chasing Amy? Go on.
Right, on rewatch, I think for me, the reason why I like it so much is, while I do agree it's BioRacer, it's very weird and how they do it. It's aged poorly. It's also aged really well before the if you watched it like before, like now, it aged really well. Because it's one of those films where for me the whole point is like Christian Bale, not Christian, Ben Affleck's character, Ben Affleck's character who
wrong Batman.
Yeah, Ben Affleck's character who now is like this comic writer with his artist Jason Lee's character.
Yeah.
Very much is like now finds this girl who in a club is pretty much a lesbian / bi.
She's
but
a
it's very stated she's lesbian.
pretty much.
And like he's trying to get into her like pants and stuff, and it's like, okay, right, I'm gonna try and make her bi. It's like
he like falls in love with her though, doesn't he? He's like fully obsessed, and like I don't know, okay? I really don't know. So I think my problem with it isn't so much that whole thing. I mean, that aspect is problematic to say the least, but my problem with it isn't that. My problem with it is the fact that for some reason the conflict towards the end becomes that they can't be together because it's making Jason Lee's character jealous So his solution he proposes is that they have a threesome.
Yeah.
But this is genuine. This is played seriously.
I think it was played for laughs too.
I think, but and then the film ends. That's like it, basically.
No, right.
He loses Amy, not Amy, because that's not her actual character's name. But
he doesn't. Like,
does he not?
Have you seen Jay and Silent Bob reboot yet?
I haven't.
Okay.
Oh, so did they? Okay,
They
right.
state that her, and so the reason why he goes up to her is very much to get their relationship built up. And at the end, you find out in Jay and Silent Bob reboot that him and Amy actually had kids.
Okay, yeah, but still, as it is in the film, the way it ends is basically that
it's very
they've got over the main conflict is that she's a lesbian.
Yeah.
She's not a lesbian anymore. She's going out with him. That's fucking hard to believe.
It's really hard.
You're
because
already suspending my disbelief as much as I possibly could.
I like how silly it is. But the thing is, the reason why it was one of the films which actually made me fun of bisexual.
Okay.
Like,
well, I mean, that's fair enough.
It was definitely a weird film because it was like, for now, it's like age of horror, but even rewatching, went, okay, yeah, this is literally just biracial.
And then, because the Jason Lee character is like such a dick about her being a lesbian. Like, he's just like ripping into her the whole film.
Saying that, the scene which I actually love, and the reason why I love the film, is the bit where Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith showed up in the diner.
Yeah.
And that was the bit where I went, okay, I think I know what this film was trying to say. The whole point is that it was the girl who got away, even if, like, thing. And, like, it's such, like, a very much personal scene because the whole point was it's very much similar to Kevin Smith's relationship with someone.
Yeah, and once again, all of that I totally believe. And if it was just the girl got away because she was a lesbian and they couldn't be together, or even if they came up with something better, whatever. But she gets away because he thinks that they're jealous.
I don't think it's that.
Is it not? Because that's totally how I read that ending.
It was mostly she got away because it took him ages to kind of say he wants to date her. He says it in a weird way to the point where even I, if it was put in this thing, I would find it very uncomfortable.
Does he though?
Jason Lee even mentions Jason Lee's actually confused, going,
oh, he's confused, but he like admits. I'm sure he like fully like.
You do find out he's gay like later on, like the other films, but even.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true. But like, no, but like, I swear he pours his heart and soul out for her multiple points in that film. It's very obvious that he's in love with her.
I might have to get a rewatch, but like,
I might have to rewatch it.
I love it because it's a very personal film. You can see it's a messy one, of course. But
it is very personal. I just think. For what it is, I just think it was one of the most perplexing ways to take that narrative.
His gay friend who's like telling him about her.
Yeah,
and I do think he does try and push her onto her. Like even if it's like it's very hard because it's aged really badly. But by the 90s and 2000s, I think it was aged really well.
I think it could be worse. Yeah. But like. And I think Joey Lauren Adams is brilliant in it. I think her she's really good.
Wonderful.
Like she's really great.
Like
in that
the
film.
Scene where I think it was them walking around the park. It's beautiful.
Yeah. There's so many bits like that where it is like so tender and it's like so nice and it does feel like a cozy rom-com, but then it just fucking ruined it because I was like because that whole Jay and Silent Bob bit, even that is great, although I had been almost like begging them to turn up before that point in the film.
I thought they were in the right. I knew about the scene beforehand.
Show up,
I knew that scene beforehand. So when watching it, I thought they were going to be in the film for quite a bit or cameo in it.
Yeah,
they're only in it for
only
3
in
minutes.
That one scene, and then he does the whole chasing Amy,
which is
speech.
a beautiful scene.
It's great, but then like I say, that leads to him saying, "Oh, I know what I need to do. Let's figure it out. Let's fucking try and have a threesome with my jealous friend."
Well, he's a bit of an idiot though,
and my girlfriend. And I know he's like, I guess that. Yeah, we can justify it. Well, I'll just chalk it up to him being an idiot. But
shall we talk about Jay and Silent Bob then?
I want to before we move on from chasing Amy. The Jaws bit is hilarious. That's one of my favorite moments in all of Kevin Smith films. That part was crazy.
At least there's one part you liked about it.
That's one part that I can guilt free say that is really hilarious. And
I need to rewatch.
So I would watch it again, but I must admit
I'll make it a cynical picture for you.
It disappointed me, but I think if I watch it again with a slightly different interpretation, like the way you've explained it, probably
it's very much a personal film. Like I might just be because I have a soft spot for it because it was my second actually film. My first film was actually Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Can we talk about that one next?
Yeah.
Yay.
Because I have a lot of thoughts for it. I'm very mixed on it because I think it's good, but I haven't watched it like in a while. But I watched clips of it recently. I still think it's funny. Like the whole bit where he's just stealing the monkey, and it's like a very overly aged, like bloody Charlie Angel.
It's so stupid.
Spoof.
This Charlie's Angel spoof and like the
Scooby Doo bits.
The Scooby Doo bit. I think the reason I like Jay and Silent Bob so much is because it's the most like cartoonishly like non-serious over the top one out of all of them, and it's like it's Kevin Smith's Avengers Endgame.
It is
because it's basically everything he'd done up to that point all thrown into one film. All of the characters, everyone makes a cameo, and
it opens up with like Dante and Randall, like taking them out.
And it's the fact that he sees both Jason Lee characters because he meets he meets Brody from Mallrats, and then who's like running a comic book shop
guy
now
from
at this
Chasing
point.
Amy.
And then also Banky from Chasing Amy. So it's like two Jason Lee characters.
It's funny because Banksy's kind of like now a famous director or something like that. And he's like, oh, what's he doing? He's doing like the film they're trying to
he's trying to do the it's the Blunt Man and Chronic film, which they're trying to sabotage. But this is what I mean. And then you get to the end and you suddenly realize all of this time basically it's all culminating in loads of film parodies because Kevin Smith, he thrives off these, like taking the piss out of Hollywood, taking the piss out of all these comic book characters, films, TV shows, all the stuff. You know, it's the Seth MacFarlane thing.
It's so funny because there's a scene in Scream 3 too where it's connected, where you find out there's actually a scene early on they had to take out where they go. Yeah. They got like Connie Cox's character is one of the characters from the film.
And
you see them going by and they call her out, the cat caller.
The killer's a monkey. Wes, are we sure about this? It's great. It's great. And then in Scream 3, they turn up as well. So it's like, this is what I mean, though. It's like this extended universe of all of these people who Kevin Smith was just friends with, and like all of these like really famous actors. Because George Carlin shows up in it. He's really funny.
Carrie Fisher.
Mark Hamill.
Who plays Scooby-Doo also.
Who's both Scooby-Doo and Mark Hamill himself.
Yeah.
James Van Der Beek and Jason Biggs are in it. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Will Ferrell, Chris Rock. Chris Rock is so funny in this movie.
The Will Ferrell bit is really good though.
The Will Ferrell bit's
great. Where they're just hunting him and he sees the monkey. He's like not noticing anything's wrong with that.
What's the like organization's called like the Clit or something. It's so stupid. Like it's just ridiculous.
Because they make like a deep, not a deep fake, but like very much like a parody. Like they edit down.
They edit his. Yeah, they edit Jay's.
We are
like,
the Clit.
Yeah, he's like talking to the camera, and they think it's like an announcement of like world domination or something, but he's just like talking about something stupid. And there's so many bits like that though, isn't it?
You got the E.T. parody bit too, where the monkey.
The E.T. bit. The Good Will Hunting too. But that fucking cracks me up. I laughed so much watching this film. My parents had to like check I wasn't like under some sort of like Joker hypnosis because I was like proper crying laughing at some of these gags.
One more mix with that. Like I said, I wish it was much more grounded compared to the others. I think what my issue was, the reason why I went into it.
Good Will Hunting 2 hunting season. I'm sorry, just the image of it, it's just so funny. Anyway,
when I went into it, I thought it was going to be like Clerks and Mallrats and Chasing Amy. It didn't, or even like Dogma, but it didn't.
It's another road
feel
movie though, like Dogma. It's a bit of an adventure.
It didn't even feel like that, and I don't know why I didn't really like on rewatch. Not on rewatch, like the first time. Maybe on rewatch I'll like it more.
I know. I think maybe I wouldn't find it as funny a second time, but like, it's just. I think it's one of those films where it's a bit like the same reason I like Mallrats, where you could get a group of friends together, sit and watch it, and it's just so ridiculous and so silly and so like, but so funny. And I think the fact that like I say, the Jay and Silent Bob characters, they're really dumb, and
they're very iconic now.
But they're very iconic, and I didn't think they could carry a whole movie just like on their own. But they're supported by this like a ridiculously stacked ensemble cast, and the fact that, like I say, it feels like the Kevin Smith final boss, even to the point where you get to the end and it's all these characters from the other films coming out of the cinema.
Originally, it was like going to be his final film in the Askewniverse, and until Jersey Girl flopped, and then he had to go back for Clerks 2.
And then he had to make another one, yeah. Well, didn't he? I'm sure he did Clerks 2 as well, because he promised Jason Mewes he could play Jay again. He promised Jason Mewes he could play Jay again once he got once he got sober and went cold turkey on the drugs and stuff. So like that's partially why that came out. I've not seen it. I need to watch it.
I will say Giant Cyborg Strikes Back is a lot better than Reboot. Reboot.
I've not watched any of the newer ones. I'm going to try to say
Reboot isn't... It's hard because Reboot for me is the first film again.
Okay.
But not as funny.
Not as funny.
There's some great cameos in it, but it's not as funny.
Clerks is a bit of a lightning in a bottle thing, because I think it was made... Because the fact... It's like a lot of films that are really good because they were made out of desperation. Yeah. Clerks is great because he's basically forced to improvise with what he has. He's which is no budget, no real sets, not really any like actual actors. Like I know Brian O'Halloran and the guy who plays Randall, I can't remember his name, but like Jeff Anderson, they're not, they are actors, but they're not great. They weren't particularly well-known actors.
They weren't even actors beforehand.
Well, they're not. They're just basically friends.
And like Jason Mewes even became so popular, he got his own film himself. He actually made his own movie.
Oh, did he?
Which is terrible, but like it's really cool. Like all these people who he's worked with have finally kind of got like its own thing.
Yeah. That's the thing. He gave them a platform, which is pretty cool.
Ben Affleck, like pretty much...
He hadn't been in much before he went in some of these Kevin Smith films.
And Kevin Smith is the reason why Good Will Hunting actually happened.
Is it?
In the audio commentary, he stated that, I think it was Miramax or someone, but he kind of threw in, he saw Matt Damon and Thing really well, the chemistry was really well, and he kind of went, I'm going to help you do Good Will Hunting.
Well, he did get it. I know he did get a bit of a blank check from Mr. Weinstein, which is why he made quite a lot of these films. It sadly
buggered him in the long run too.
Buggered him in the long run because then he lost the rights to like basically all of his films.
Chasing Amy and Dogma for a bit.
Yeah, which is... Yeah, well, it is what it is. But like I say, Mallrats is just so underrated because that's the one that gets lost, because that's the one that he discarded because he sold his soul to the devil of a big studio, Universal. They buried it and it made like no money.
It started off like a 2-hour flick too. Like,
and it was meant to be much like, I looked at the script and like there's so much stuff in there that's not in the actual film.
The original 2-hour version, I watched it by accident.
Is there like an actual 2-hour cut of it?
It's terrible. It is maybe the worst thing he would have done if it came out like that.
Really?
Because it takes him half an hour to get to them all.
Yeah, when I was reading the script, there was like all of this like extra stuff before they like both get broken up with, which I think is one of the things I like about the film as it is. The structure of it's very simple. You've got these two guys, they're losers, their girlfriends break up with them, they go to the mall, they're trying to kill time. Next thing you know, they're trying to win their girlfriends back. They win their girlfriends back. Happy ending. Perfect, It's a great setup,
The issue with it for me, for the original version I actually watched, is they have the whole prom bit. It goes on, it goes on, it goes on. A lot of the jokes drag even, and it just gets tiresome where it's like...
It's just a bit too much.
Compared to the Now and 30-minute cut, which is like the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. I think it's just in it, and like I say, it's just a really funny film because it's like it's very well written. I think it does that thing which some of these films do, not all of them, but they'll set up a joke and then it'll come back and every time it'll almost get stronger. So like the whole in the back of a Volkswagen joke and Mallrats, like that's just one that's popped into my head where they mention it and it's like they mention it every time, like, and it comes back each time and it just gets funnier because it's like you forgot that was a part of a joke and then you're like,
forgot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna bring up this when we're watching when it got to the free nipples bit. I had to duck because like I didn't know if you guys were laughing or not, so I was like, oh no. Please laugh, because that was my issue showing Mallrats. Because I before the hand, I haven't watched it like in ages, but I remember liking it. I still liked it, but like I remember like ducking because I didn't hear any of you guys laughing for it, which shocked me. But I heard like Billy was crying, laughing.
The whole finale when they like hijack the TV show it's so funny and like
it shows like a porn video.
Yeah, well, they've got that and
You have the girl disguised like the 18, 19-year-old. She's only 15.
Trish the dish. It's just, I mean, there's like there's so much, and it all happens so fast, and like
Michael Rooker, Jesus, man.
and he's just so funny in it, and like, but that's what I mean. You get quite a lot of great performances from, like in that one, like actual actors as well, like people who go on to be like who already were quite
Michael
famous.
Rooker was like
Michael Rooker's pretty top billing.
So funny because I didn't before watching it for the first time. I didn't even know.
Shannon Doherty, she was pretty well known. Like there's quite a lot, but they fit right in. I think they all work. They fit in the world, the sort of Kevin Smith sensibilities. Like they
I am
fit into
really
it
getting
quite
close
well.
to this, like watching every Kevin Smith film again now.
I know. Well, I've watched.
It became a tradition at this point.
Yeah, I rewatched Clerks last year. I forgot how funny that. I forgot how much I liked that one. And that was just after I'd rewatched Mallrats at CineClub because you'd suggested it. And that I think those two in particular, the more I watch them, the more I like them. I'm hoping the same will happen with the other two, with Dogma and Chasing Amy. Because I did. It's not that I didn't like them.
You need to watch Clerks 2 and the others.
And I need to watch Clerks 2 and all the others too. But
also, I want to bring up before we wrap up. It's getting so long. But I want to bring up like the one with John Goodman. Like there's one where he's like trying to fight all like bad Catholics.
Okay.
And it's so insane because originally they were going to tie it into Dogma.
All right.
Right. I'm going to kind of spoil the ending, but like. This was no ending.
Probably not going to watch it.
Pretty much at the end, John Goodman, the cult he was facing, their heads were all going to explode.
Okay.
And you were going to find out it was actually bloody Ben Affleck's character.
Oh.
And it was going,
Bartleby or whatever he's called. Yeah.
He was going to play Bartleby, or he was going to play another angel or something. But it was going to tie into Dogma. But they cut it because of budgetary reasons.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really.
It sounded insane.
Yeah, that does sound absolutely
like really
nuts.
Good insane too.
Well, that's one thing. But I mean, I feel like I've sort of alluded to it through this episode. One thing I do love about these films is the consistent universe because the first three are kind of like the New Jersey trilogy, and then you've got all of the others. But I like the fact that as you're watching them, they build up all of these different characters, and you'll be like, it's not like cameo bait. It's just like you'll be like, oh, it's that character from that film. I was curious what they were getting up to. That's cool that like they still exist
originally
in the background of this film's plot.
Originally, Tusk was going to be a trilogy, so you had Tusk, Yoga Hoses, and I think it was going to be Moose Summit. And originally, it was going to have Jane, Silent Bob in, but they were going to kill off Bob.
What?
That was the original idea. They were going to kill off Silent Bob.
His hetero life mate, Silent Bob.
Yeah, I don't know what came for him. But he did. I'm not going to spoil. I'm not going to spoil anything.
Sick of appearing in his own films and getting
probably
called a fat bastard.
Until he had his heart attack, which
is fair.
Until he did reuse the ID in Clerks 3. I'm not going to say who dies, but someone does, and it's like okay,
fair enough. Well, yeah. I mean, it's a hard one to summarize, but like I say, I think the fact that it's this consistent comedy universe with these really good characters. And they're just well written. They're just really, really tight scripts. And I feel like, I just love the way he writes these like two character dynamics who sort of play off each other, and they're always just they're just really funny.
You are really just making me just go through them at this point. God,
there's so many. Jake. I think there's a lot I've forgotten as well. But anyway, I think should probably wrap up.
Right.
Well, I think that's all the snoochie boochies we have time for. Make sure to check out our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook pages for more CineClub podcast content and updates.
As always, this episode was recorded and produced by us, the Sunderland University students, as well as being engineered and edited by Emily Main.
A special thanks goes out to Steve Cannon, Barbara Sadler, and Richard Berry. A reminder that our two Mallrats this week have been me, Jake,
and me, Dion. This has been a CineClub production for Spark. Thanks for listening. Snoogans!